Hello everybody, welcome back to a new live coding session on YouTube. Today I'm gonna try out the next generation of Laravel Spark. I already did a stream yesterday, but I was confused about the Pedal sandbox environment, so I got it all figured out now, and I just want to do a new version of the stream, really. So what I'm gonna do today is integrate Laravel Spark within a fresh Laravel 8 application. And we're going to use Laravel Breeze as the authentication scaffold. So yeah, let's get started. Right here in the terminal, I've got a fresh Laravel 8 application, as you can see right here. So let's start with installing Laravel Breeze. So when that's finished, we can run Laravel or Artisan Breeze install. And this was released yesterday. There's now also an Inertia stack that comes with Breeze. So I want to try that one today. So Breeze install -- Inertia. Let's run it. And then we need to run npm install and npm run dev. So let's do that. And this is going to take a minute. So I will open the new Laravel Spark documentation. This is the landing page, by the way, without releases. So Laravel Spark is a starting point for your next big ID or your next SaaS. And it now supports Pedal in addition to Stripe. So the previous version of Spark, which is now called Spark Classic, only supported Stripe. And it was more like a Laravel boilerplate. So it was the complete Laravel app with Spark built in. And I think it was based on Bootstrap 3 or maybe 4 already. I don't know. But the next generation Spark that was released 2 days ago, it's not really a Laravel app, but it's more like a Laravel package. So it comes with a billing portal that is completely separate from your Laravel application. So you don't, you're not bound to one front-end framework. You can use whatever you like. So today we are using Laravel Breeze, which has been completed, by the way. But you can also use Jetstream or maybe your own authentication stuff. You can use Tailwind or Bootstrap or really whatever you like. So Breeze is installed. Let's see if it works. So we've got no login and registration buttons at the top right. But when I refresh the page, there they are. So let's see if we can create a user. Oop. And this doesn't work because I forgot to migrate the database. So let's do that. And this also doesn't work because I probably set the database wrong. Let's open the environment file. Yeah, should not be a lowercase. Let's try again. Yeah, now it seems to work. So let's submit the form again. And this seems to work. Let's see, is this a Inertia application or really a Vue application? I'm gonna open the DevTools. Oh, I don't see Vue yet. But I do see some JavaScript in the HTML app data page. Maybe there's something wrong with my Vue DevTools. Vue not detected. Well, we'll take a look at that in a minute. Let's install the new Laravel Spark. So to get started, we can use Pedal or Stripe. And I want to go with Pedal. gonna hit the configuration, and it takes a minute. Oh, installation. So to get started, we need to add the Spark repository to the composer.json file. Below require dev, I'm gonna add the repository. And then we need to require Spark pedal. And of course, if you're using Stripe, you need to require Spark Stripe. Then we're gonna hit composer update to install Spark. And of course, you need to give Composer your API token, so Composer can verify, or really Laravel can verify that you have a valid license. But I already did that, so that's fine. Spark is loaded. Now we can run Spark install and run artisan migrate again. So we've got 3 new tables. Let's take a look at the database. We now have got a customers table, receipts table, and a subscriptions table. Let's continue with Spark pedal configuration. I have no idea why this takes so long. This works as well. So we need to set some environment settings. Let's start with copying all this stuff into our environment file. We can close composer.json. And then at the bottom, I'm just gonna paste this in. And we need to set our own pedal vendor ID, auth code, and public key. And the public key is used to verify the webhooks that comes from pedal, but I'll show you that in a minute. So let's go to the pedal dashboard. Where is it? Here it is. So since last week, pedal has 2 environments. It has a live environment and a sandbox environment, and those are not shared. So your catalog and your customers and transactions and also your credentials are not shared between those environments. So I was a little bit confused about that yesterday when I started with Spark. And you can see here in the environment file, we set the sandbox to true. So we are using this new sandbox environment. So let's go to developer tools and then authentication. And this is where you can generate an authentication code. So my vendor ID is this one. I'm gonna paste it in. And then my auth code is this one. I already generated one. And then I need to copy the public key from this page right here. Let's grab it and paste it in. So that's set. And then we need to set up webhooks. So I already told you that's why we needed a public key. But of course, pedal can't reach our local development environment at this moment. So we're gonna use expose from the people at Beyond Code to make this local website publicly available with this URL. So now we've got a Spark demo.sharedwithexpose.com URL. So everybody can reach this site right now. And we need to update the webhook configuration within your pedal dashboard to this public URL. And you need to append Spark webhook. That's the URI. So back to developer tools. Here we've got the URL with Spark webhook. And for now, I just enabled all the webhooks. I don't think we're using them all, but they should be fine. So that's webhooks. And webhooks are a way to inform us that a payment has been has succeeded. You will see that in a minute. All right, then we need to configure a billable. And in our case, and probably most cases, that is the user model. So within your app user model, we're gonna use billable. And let's import it from the Spark package. I think that's it. This is all stuff for customization. We're not using that. And of course, we need to define our subscription plans. So within your pedal environment, in your pedal dashboard, there's a section catalog. And then we have subscription plans. And I already created two plans. So I've got a plan, a hobby plan monthly, which is $10. And I've got a yearly plan, which is $95. And I'm gonna grab the plan IDs from both. And we need to paste it in the Spark configuration file. So config Spark. And then at the bottom, we have billables, which is the user model. We give them 5 trial days. And we have a hobby plan. So by default, this is called standard. And I'm gonna update it to hobby. And then the monthly ID is this one. And the yearly one is this one. So I'm gonna save this. And then back to the Spark documentation. I think that's it. So now we need a link to the billing portal. And let's do that. And in the meantime, Robin is saying bonjour. So hello, Robin. Thanks for watching. Let's open our dashboard. So of course, we can't find this in the Blade files, but we need to go to the JS files because we're using the Inertia version of Breeze. So here is our dashboard, and the dashboard is located in app layout. So it's extending this layout. So here's the logo, navigation links. So we've got a Breeze nav link, which is probably this one, which is an Inertia link. I don't think we need Inertia for this. So, but we do need the classes. So, well, let's try it. Let's add another Breeze nav link and see what happens. So instead of dashboard, I'm going to use billing. And let's replace this one with billing as well. And I'm not sure if the route is called billing. So let's echo out all the routes with artisan route list. And let's find billing. So the billing route is called spark.portal. So we need to use that instead of billing spark.portal. And let's refresh the page and see what happens. Nothing happens. And this is, I think, because I need to run npm run dev again. But this time I'm going to do run watch. So it keeps looking for changes in our inertia code. This always takes a second. Ah, it's completed. Let's refresh again. And yeah, we have a billing link. So let's see what happens if we click it. Not much. Again, this is, I think, because, yeah, Inertia is trying to find this billing portal module. This needs to be a regular link. So anchor. And let's keep it simple. Let's do billing. Let's refresh the page. Of course, this looks a bit weird. So let's copy the classes from the nav link. Whoop. Yeah, much better. So now when we hit billing, here we are in our Spark billing portal. It's called billing management. You can see I'm the one who signed in. And it fetched the price from Paddle, so you don't have to include the price in your Spark configuration file. And there's a toggle for yearly as well, so you can see the price changing. So let's go for hobby this time, for the monthly plan. I'll hit subscribe, and let's see what happens. The Paddle checkout model pops up, and you can see again we are in test mode. So we're using the sandbox environment. I want to pay with PayPal. Let's see what happens. Oh, there's a sandbox environment for PayPal as well. I didn't know that. But I think you can, I think there is a card, demo card maybe. Let's open the Paddle docs and see if they have some kind of a sandbox credit card. So sandbox. Let's see what happens. Paddle sandbox environment. Let's make this somewhat bigger for you. Yeah, we have a test card. So we need a test card without, I think this is some kind of 2 or 3 factor authentication. So let's copy this, go back to our application. This is still me. And hit subscribe. So they are verifying the transaction right now. The subscription is pending. And at this point, Paddle is using webhooks to inform us about the succession of the payment. But we've got a 500 error. So why is that? Let's see. Let's open the Paddle dashboard again. Where is it? Here, catalog. So within developer tools, webhooks, there is alert history. And here we can see that the subscription created and subscription payment succeeded did fail. So gonna find out why. We've got a 500 error. So maybe something on our side. Let's open the storage. Laravel log. This was the first error. No database. Supplied key cannot be. Alright, there's something wrong with our public key, which I already suspected. Yeah, there's one space at the start of the public key. So now we can retry the webhooks, and let's open expose and see what happens. So I'm gonna hit retry at the webhook, and here you can see the webhook coming in. And let's do the same for which one was it? Refresh. We need to retry this one. And now all of them succeeded. And let's see. If we refresh the billing page, yeah, I'm on the monthly hobby plan. So that's great. You can see that I paid by credit card. I can update the payment method. So when you click it, you can change the card or maybe switch to PayPal as well. You can cancel the subscription and you can already view the receipt. So that's great. That's all built in. You don't have to do anything for this. And there's also a button to change your subscription plan. So I'm currently subscribed to the monthly hobby plan, but it's very easy to subscribe to the yearly plan as well. So let's hit subscribe and see what happens. Yeah, it already updated. So now I'm on the yearly hobby plan. And there's a link right here, return to Laravel, which takes me back to my own application. And it says Laravel because our app name is Laravel at this moment. So maybe when we, if we change this to my awesome new SaaS, and then hit the billing, oh, I'm locked out, probably because I changed the name. Yeah, so back to the billing portal, and now it comes with my awesome new SaaS, and I can also return to my awesome new SaaS. So this works great. Mario says the receipts when using Spark Stripe looks crap, not nearly as nice when using Paddle. So yeah, the receipts are created by Paddle. This is not something that Laravel Spark does. So this is all based around Paddle, and I agree that the Paddle invoices look really nice. It's also great that you can add your full address and your business details. For a lot of us, that's required here in Europe. So yeah, that's absolutely a plus for Paddle. So this seems to work. And now I want to show you two things. Let's see. Let's open the web routes file. So here we've got the welcome page, and this is the dashboard page. And in the dashboard, I want to know if I'm subscribed. So I will do something like user is subscribed. And then I'm going to fetch the user from the request. And then you can just use subscribe like this. So now we're giving this Boolean to the Inertia dashboard view. So within that dashboard, I think I need to accept a prop right here. And let's add another div. You are subscribed. And let's do a v if subscribed. Let's refresh the page. And yes, I am subscribed. So that's great. And one thing I had a problem with yesterday, or not really a problem, I just didn't read the documentation good enough, I think, is trial days. So in your Spark configuration file, by default, it's set to 5 days of trial. And you can see that when you're creating a new user. And I hit register. Then I'm logged in. But it doesn't say that I am subscribed. Because I don't have a subscription, of course. But this user is a customer still. So we've got a users table with the first user and the second user. And in the customers table, you will find the first user and the second user. And this second user has a timestamp for the column, which is a bit small, probably for you on YouTube, which says trial ends at. And this trial ends in 5 days. There's also a subscription table. And of course, only the first user has a valid subscription. But the second user that we just created has a is on a trial plan. So let's add another property for that. Maybe something like user is on trial. And I think there is a method on trial, but I'm not sure. Let's see if it fails if we refresh. It doesn't, so seems to be working. Let's go back to the view dashboard component and add that property. I'm gonna duplicate this div. And I'm gonna change this to you are on a trial. Or maybe you are using a trial. Hello, Lars. Yeah, it is Inertia Breeze. That's right. So my new user is using a trial. That seems to work. Let's add another div for subscribe. So if user is not on a trial and is not subscribed, then we're gonna echo out something like, you need a subscription. Which we don't see, of course, because we are on a trial. But this time I'm going to change the trial days to 0. And I'm going to create a new user. So maybe like something like new 2. Doesn't really matter for the demo. And now you can see I need a subscription because I don't have a valid subscription and I am on a trial. So that's how this trial thing works. And what I found out yesterday is that it doesn't change the existing trials. So my previous user, the second user, still has a trial that's valid for 5 days. Even if I change the configuration file to 0, that only applies to new users. So that's something to keep in mind. It makes absolutely sense, but it took some time for me to find out how that exactly worked. Yeah, then there is one more thing I want to show you, and that is middleware. So now we've used this subscribed method on the user model, but you can also protect routes by middleware. So let's copy all this stuff and let's rename it to project maybe. And I'm gonna add the middleware subscribe right here. And I need to add it to the kernel as well. So let's copy it from the documentation. So at the bottom of the kernel, we can add to the route middleware, the subscribe middleware, and let's import it. So Spark HTTP middleware verify billable is subscribed, which we now call subscribed. So this middleware need to be authenticated, your email address need to be verified, and you need to be subscribed to access the project route. And of course we need to add an inertia component for it as well. And again, I'm gonna duplicate the dashboard. So project, and swap this with project. And before I forget, we need to add a link as well. So let's copy this Breeze link thing in the documentation, in the app layout navigation, and swap this with project. Let's refresh the page. So I need a subscription, I don't have one. And let's hit project. And project takes me right to billing. So this middleware seems to work. And let's find out if it also works for my first user that has a valid subscription. So I'm gonna log in as myself again. I am subscribed, I have a subscription. And then when I hit project, I am in the project routes, in the project view component. So you can check the subscription by the user model, like I showed you in the web routes file, like this. But you can also add it to the middleware to protect your routes. Let's go back to the Spark documentation. So we've had middleware. By the way, you can also check for subscribe. I need to say this different. Subscribes takes an argument, which is, I think, the plan or maybe the billable. Yeah, it's the billable. So you can check whether your user or your team is subscribed. All right, events. Let's go to customization. So what can you do to customize this billing portal? In the Spark documentation, there is a branding section where you can update the logo. So let's see if this logo is present. I don't think so, but who knows? Let's go to billing. No, this SVG does not exist, but let's update the color instead. So now it's BG Gray 800. Maybe we go for blue. And that works. So you saw the buttons change. Let's update it to red. And now we've got red buttons. What more can we do? You can update the font. And for that, you need to publish the Spark views. So let's do that. And let's take a look. So now within our resources folder, we have in views vendor Spark. And this is the app layout. So here, this is where we set the brand color. So you can change this to something, yeah, whatever you like. I think this should work as well. Oops. Nope, doesn't work. Maybe I made a mistake. Have you considered publishing the views? Yeah, I saw Frake doing it for Odeer. I think you can do that. So this app layout is just loading Inertia, and that's using the app that sits in your vendor directory. So vendor Laravel Spark pedal resources JS app. This is where the billing portal is located. So here we have pages, billing portal, and here you can find the billing portal itself. So we have, let's see, here in the H1, it echoes out your app name, signed in as the user. It's got mobile navigation. It's got a div to show you that the subscription is pending, the status of the subscription. So this is a rather large file. It's about 500 lines of code. Of course, it's got the template, but it also got the Inertia view script to switch plans, to subscribe to a plan. I think if you want to customize the billing portal like Frake does, you need to copy this whole stuff into your own resources folder. But you probably need to do that every time Spark updates, I guess. Because this is probably compiled or bundled in this public.js, app.js. So this has been bundled into this. So you need to set this up. You need to copy the whole stuff into your resources folder, include it in the in your Webpack or Laravel mix configuration file. What does Lars say? Perhaps he just added the nav to the Inertia root template. Yeah, maybe he did. I don't know. I don't know if he blogged about it yet. But that should be interesting how he did it. Because when you copy this over to your own resources folder, then every time when there's an update for Laravel Spark and your vendor dependency gets updated, then you need to copy it over again, compare your changes. It's going to be really messy, I think. So yeah, Freek probably figured out some smart way of doing it. Let's take a closer look at customization. I think we're almost there. So yeah, you can publish the language assets. I think most of us are fine with just English, but you never know. And you can use your own webhook controller as well, I guess. So you can override that Spark webhook route with your own webhook controller. So the customization is really brand logo, color, font, and localization. And if you want to customize more like Freek does with Odir, you need to copy this stuff over to your resources file, or you need to maybe in some smart way add this. Maybe only use the script stuff from this. That could be a possibility as well. So use this exported module for your own templating. Maybe you could do that. But to be honest, I'm really happy with this Spark billing portal like it is, because if you remember Spark Classic, it was nice, it did work, but it was really hard to customize. I once tried to replace Stripe with Molly, which is a payment provider here in the Netherlands, and that was really hard. It was almost undoable. Which was not really a fault of Spark Classic, because they explicitly told me not to do it, but I did it anyway. But this is I think this is much better, because you can just create your app with whatever you like, with Breeze or Jetstream or something else, and just somewhere in your app you add this billing link, and I guess everybody's fine with this. So yeah, that's it for today. Maybe a small recap. Let's close all these files first. So in a fresh Laravel application, I installed Laravel Spark, the next generation, which supports Paddle, the payment provider. And I also installed Laravel Breeze, the latest version, which comes with an Inertia version of Breeze. And then I set up Spark to use my Paddle credentials, which is in the environment file, not in the Spark configuration file. But here at the bottom you can see it. I am using the Paddle sandbox with my vendor ID, auth code, and the public key that's used to verify that the webhooks are really coming from Paddle and not from somebody else. And then in the Spark configuration file, I've added my hobby plan with a different ID for the monthly plan than for the yearly plan. And one thing you don't want to forget is to add the billable trait to your user model. And then you're set. That's it. You need to give the user access to the billing portal by providing a link or a button or whatever you like. And that's it. It already worked flawlessly today. So thanks for watching. I got a suggestion from Marius. Next video, Spark with team building. Yeah, let's do that. Let's add a theme to our application, or maybe use Jetstream, which comes with themes, and then we gonna subscribe the theme instead of the user. So yeah, that's it for today. Thanks for watching. I hope you liked it, and don't forget to subscribe so you can see the next video. See you next time. Bye bye.